Hey everyone, welcome to week 8 of the college football season. My name is Mike Browning. I am the host of collegefootballroadtrip.com, cfbroadtrip.com. This week we are in Bowling Green, Kentucky on the campus of Western Kentucky University. This log cabin behind me was built in 1815 and is on the site of the Kentucky Museum here on campus. This week we have a great lineup of games, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Off an 8-2 record last week. So let's look at this week's matchups. Our first game is a SEC matchup. We have number 9 Florida traveling to South Carolina. We all know what South Carolina did last week, going to Georgia and pulling off the victory over number 3 Georgia. I don't think they're going to be as lucky this week. Florida knows what happened in that game. They're going to come in off their loss to LSU and come in with a lot of momentum. They're going to try to win this game. They're going to pull off this victory over South Carolina this week, so I'm going to pick number 9 Florida to win over South Carolina. Our next matchup is a Pac-12 matchup. We have number 12 Oregon traveling to number 25 Washington. Another Pac-12 game. Those are always crazy. Oregon has been on a lot of momentum ever since their week 1 loss to Auburn. That really shouldn't have been a loss to begin with, but I think Oregon has all the momentum this week. I think they will be able to go to Washington and pull off the win. So I'm going to pick number 12 Oregon over number 25 Washington in Pac-12 play. Let's go to an American game now. Temple is traveling to number 19 SMU. SMU undefeated on the season. Temple just with 1 loss, but they looked pretty good in the win over Memphis last week, although that was a close game that went down to the wire. I think, honestly, Temple is the better team in this game. I think they will be able to travel to Dallas and pick up the win. So I'm going to pick Temple over 19-ranked SMU. Next, let's go to Southern Mississippi at Louisiana Tech. This is kind of a strange game to pick, but both teams only have 1 loss on the season. Both are looking good in their conference play. Both of their losses, I take that back, one team has 2 losses, the other just 1, but all of them have been to SEC teams, so both teams are pretty good. So in this game, I'm going to pick the home team. The home team in this game is Louisiana Tech, so I'm going to pick Louisiana Tech to beat Southern Mississippi at home. Let's go to the ACC next. We have Duke traveling to Virginia. This should be another really strong game in the ACC. I think the division is up for grabs in this one. Virginia has come up with a couple of losses, so I don't think that they have very much momentum on their side because of that. I think Duke is going to be able to go into Virginia and win this game. So I'm going to pick Duke to win on the road at Virginia in ACC play. Let's head to the Big 12 next. In the Big 12, we have number 18 Baylor traveling to Oklahoma State. We know that Baylor is undefeated so far this season and has looked really good, but they're traveling to Stillwater, which is a very tough environment to play. Baylor just barely survived Texas Tech last week. I don't think they're going to be that lucky this week. I'm going to pick Oklahoma State in the upset special this week. Oklahoma State at home over Baylor in the Big 12. Let's go back to Pac-12 playing next. We have a top 25 matchup. We have number 17 Arizona State traveling to number 13 Utah. As I said in the previous Oregon-Washington matchup, you never know what's going to happen in Pac-12 play. Arizona State has looked pretty good the past couple of weeks, but they're traveling on the road to Utah, and I think Utah is going to have their number this week. So I'm going to pick Utah at home over Arizona State in Pac-12 play. Let's go back to the American. We have Tulane traveling to Memphis this week. As I mentioned earlier, Memphis is coming off their loss at Temple. I think, though, that Memphis is going to be able to come home to some home cooking and have a good win this week over Tulane. But both teams have looked really good this season. Wouldn't surprise me to see Tulane win. But I'm going to pick Memphis at home. So I'm going to pick Memphis at home over Tulane. Let's go to probably the biggest matchup of this week. It's a Big Ten matchup. We have number 16 Michigan traveling to number 7 Penn State. This is going to be a great whiteout at night at Penn State, and so because of that, I think that the crowd is going to give the edge to Penn State in this game. You never know what you're going to get in Michigan. They have a great defensive team, but their offense doesn't always seem to line up with how good their defense is, and so because of that, I think Penn State is going to have all the momentum in this game. So I'm going to pick Penn State to win at home over Michigan. And so now let's get to this week's matchup where I'm at in Bowling Green, Kentucky. We have the Charlotte 49ers traveling here to the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. I spent today on campus. It is an absolutely beautiful campus here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. West Kentucky has looked really good so far this season. They've looked a little bit better than I anticipated at the beginning of the year. Charlotte has looked pretty good so far this year as well, but I think Western Kentucky for homecoming and the crowd that's going to be here for this game is going to give Western Kentucky the edge. So I'm going to pick Western Kentucky to win their homecoming matchup over Charlotte this week in Bowling Green. So great set of matchups. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my time here in Bowling Green. I'm going to take in some of the attractions, and in the next couple weeks I will be posting my Bowling Green stadium report online at cfbroadtrip.com, so get ready for that in the next couple weeks. In the meantime, go out, enjoy the Week 8 games, and we will talk to you next week.